Hello everyone, we are back for the round 3 of the Cupa Contra festival. We are straight into the actions. I think the operator is about to update the names. So it's a good time maybe to let everyone know about the format. So on Thursday, there are 30 teams first of all. On Thursday and Friday we are going to play 10 matches in a Swiss format. 5 each day, and at the end of the 10 matches, the first 8 teams will be qualified for the weekend. We will have the quarterfinal and the semifinals on Saturday and the final on Sunday. As it's a Swiss format, we get the best teams, or the teams doing the best, to be on table 1, and this is this table 1 that we are about to witness. If you want to have a look at the results, I'm going to post them in the chat right now, and you should be able to see them. Let me do that. Okay, there you are. Excuse me. So as we can see in the results, the first team is actually from Bulgaria, and our main developer here at Into Bridge is part of the team, Zhivko Draganov, and I think he's going to be playing. It's a team of 5 players, so we are going to try to follow him, and this cast might be a bit biased. And they are going to play. So I'm not 100% sure actually if they are going to play the second or the third, as is the Swiss. Actually, it's more than 30 points. So probably they are going to play the team that is ranked 2 from Romania, with with Bogdan Marina, who plays in France. So another friend of mine. So maybe I will not be so biased. Okay. Let's see what's happening. I see that we're already on board 5. Okay, so before I start, let me take this opportunity to show you about the ranked mods. This rank that I talked to you about, it's a new way to play. So you can stop and start as much as you want. You're playing 3 times against the robot engine from Laurent Daly. And you're going to be matched against one opponent who played the board, the same board, in the same condition as you. And at the end of the match, you either win or lose, and depending on how you've done, you will score points or lose points in your rating. So let's get to it. I open 1 club, 1 diamond, double, 3 diamonds. I could double or I could pass. Double would be takeout, but I only have 12 points, but my shape is very good for doubling. I think I want to compete. I don't want to let them play 3 diamonds, so I'm going to double. Partner beats 3 spades. We've done more than enough, and I'm going to pass. So when dummy, it's you to play. So to make it more interesting, it's not partner who's gonna play. I'm happy that I double, so that's the first thing. I'm not letting them play 3 diamonds, and I get to play, which is good. Okay, so now do I want to risk financing or not? I can have a review of the bidding by putting my mouse on the bottom left. It's a bit tricky, very tricky, very tricky. If I play the ace and I'm rough, that's terrible. But he would have led his singleton, so very unlikely to happen. So if I play the jack, the bad thing that can happen is that he takes the queen and gives the rough. I think it's quite likely, so I'm gonna play the king. So now I'm gonna remove the trumps. They are 2-2. I'm gonna give the... I made a mistake here. Should have roughed diamond first. It's not a huge deal. Actually, maybe it is. And now I'm going to play a club, which I'm going to duck, but they are playing it right. And I think I make a big mistake I should have made if I roughed my diamond first. Anyway, I also wanted to play quickly so we can get to the end. So we can get back to the tournament. So yes, I went down 2. Unfortunately, when he went down 1, probably played better than me. Well done to Bodas. So I lost 6 games, so now I can play again, which I'm not going to do. And my ranking went a bit down. Let's go back to our team match. Where is our friend? I think he's on here. But let's start with this table. So yeah, we are starting from board 5. And the first board was quite exciting. We missed something. They're playing 5 diamonds. After an auction where West decided to beat 5 diamonds by himself and hit that in dummy. That's quite lucky. Should be good. And I think he's gonna lose 4 aces if I'm not mistaken. For down 2 when the opponents were in 4 hearts and against 4 hearts, I don't really see what tricks they can make. Maybe 1 club, no diamonds, 2 spades and 1 heart. I didn't see what the ace of hearts. Actually, not 100% sure that's 4 hearts was making. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they have all the hearts. So 2 clubs. Let's see exactly. 2 clubs. And 2 spades. 1 discard that doesn't really help. So maybe 4 hearts was down. Okay, actually, Definite says from south it's making. So from south, we cannot lead club. Basically, probably a club only beats it. Because if not, you can unplay West at the end, is my guess. You duck a spade. Yes. So you eliminate the diamond and the hearts. And you play the ace of spade or duck a spade or whatever. And when West will take the hand with the queen of clubs, he will be having to play diamond for rough and discards or club into the 10-as. So you can discard 1 club here and the other one on the ace of diamond. So it's house and it was about to be played from south. So good defense, but it might go to 4 hearts down 1. But actually, I don't believe it. I think they will find the play to make it. So, good defense from... I think it's Bogdan. Let me check. Yeah, it is Bogdan. Hi, Bogdan. Okay, board number 2. 1 club by south, which might be precision. It looks like precision. I don't exactly know what 2 diamond is. I guess it's some kind of game forcing hand. I don't know if it shows clubs. 2 spades must be natural. And now they know that they are in a strong situation because South, which showed 16 plus, has more points that I can count, 24. And he knows that his partner is game forcing opposite. Opposing at least a game forcing opposite 16, so he knows that they have maybe 34 points, so it's really the slam zone. 3 clubs natural, 4 clubs giving the fit, 4 diamonds cubed. I guess South is going to beat some kind of blackwood. He's gonna find out they have all the keys and probably beat 7. If he can ask for 2 aces and the queen of clubs, so I guess 5 spades by North now, and now just 7 because he can count at the minimum 5 clubs. 3 diamonds, 1 heart, and 5 spades, which is plenty enough. I guess the question is, should you beat 7 no trump or 7 clubs? And he beats 7 no trump, because if it's only 5 clubs, you might be able to make certain tricks without the clubs. Let's say, for example, 5 spades, 3 diamonds, that's 8, 3 club, that's 11, and heart finesse, that could be 13 if the clubs are not behaving, or a squeeze between the king of heart and the club if they are not breaking. So good bidding, getting to the right contract. I do believe that it should be findable at the other table. The play will be straightforward. One round and it's done. I'm being told that I should update the name of the stream. It is? I don't understand. Oh, sorry, on my stream. Yeah, it is round 3. Sorry about that. Okay, we don't have any. So it was a quick claim. We don't have any news from the other table. I'm going to have a quick look at the other table, see where they are. They're on board 6. So board 5 was a push, actually. Same thing. And they are on their way. I think it's going to be 7 no trump. Exactly the same. So let's go back to our first table. Another quite unbalanced hand. I see a void in west. So south is dealer with 17 points. I don't know what their no trump range. If it's 14, 16, then he's probably gonna open one club. Yeah, one club. South didn't bid, which we can understand with 2 points. North is probably gonna. Okay, one heart which probably shows spades. I didn't know if he had a bid like such as 2 spades or something like that to show a game forcing hand with spades. East is bidding 2 clubs, just wants to be aggressive. He now knows that they have points. He wants to disturb their bidding. South doesn't have much to say. Maybe he's going to pass. I don't know what his options are. We'll see about that. Yeah, he passed. Nothing else. Probably minimum of his range. He has 17. He showed 16 plus. Nothing to say. And now North will make a bid that is showing, that is game forcing with spades. I don't know, maybe 3 clubs showing clubs and spades. I don't know. I don't know their systems. No, 3 spades. So he's saying, yes, I have very strong spades. I'm happy to play spades even if you don't have much. Let me know what you have. So does South have enough to make a bit more than 4 spades? Well, Jack second is very good when partner said he was okay to play opposite basically a singleton. Ace, King, Queen, 4 of hearts is very good. The 2 kings, it's not bad, but it's not amazing. He bid only 4 spades. I think it was borderline between 4 spades and a bit more. Sorry, Stefan is very worried that his name is here when he's not there. So I should hide it. Now, hi Stefan, I hope you're happy. So now North doesn't really know. What is his 4 spades? He could come from a singleton and a 16 flat count. But it could come for a hand a bit like that. Let's say partner had a hand when he's missing the ace of spades, like reverse the hearts and the diamonds from South hand, and slam is not nearly as good. So it's tricky. He decides to bid on. Well done. I don't know if he knew that his partner had to be balanced. I'm not sure. But 6 spades sounds like a good bet. There is another good thing about 6 spades is that they might miss the lead. If partner had like ace king of diamond and you're missing the heart control, they might not lead heart. So that's what I like about 6 spades. It puts a lot of pressure on the opponents. On this hand, On this hand, it didn't matter. Partner had the perfect hand. You make 7 if the spades come down. Well, here they don't come down, so you're only making 6. There is no reason to finesse. I don't see him finessing. So it's gonna make 6 spades. No worries. Let's have a look at the other table. So they're just starting, so these guys are not playing a strong club, so 1 no trump maximum, 2 hearts, 2 spades, 2 no trump forcing, which now is very often played. He wants to know if partner has 4 clubs, basically. Partner has stoppers everywhere. Probably is going to be 3 no trump. I don't know what their style is. We'll see. No, 3 clubs, so I'm not sure what 3 clubs is. Definitely not natural, because it's the only suit that he doesn't have. Maybe some kind of relay. I guess it's some kind of relay asking about North, and North is now going to be 3 spades. Was it a relay or was it natural? Because 4 clubs made me think that North thought that 3 clubs was natural, and now they are a bit in trouble. Is it another hand when they are not on the same wavelengths? This is muddy. I think still they are on their way to slam. Against 1 no trump, North is going to beat slam, and I don't think they can go down in any slam. I mean, they could go down in 6 clubs, of course, okay, especially given how the clubs are. But I doubt South will let 6 clubs, because he knows that he doesn't really have clubs. But I mean, if I'm not misreading the situation and we are not missing some alerts, I think South is wondering what's up. He still has 17 points, so maybe it's just gonna be 6 no trump, which will make. Actually, I'm saying that. Which can make if you guess the spades. But 6 spades is much better. Yeah, South is in a tricky situation. Very tricky. He might honestly beat 6 no trump, saying, oh, I messed up with 3 clubs. But I find it weird to mess 3 clubs, where you should know what you're playing in this situation. I don't know what 3 clubs was. I've got no clue. Yeah. That's an interesting one. Will East will live the dream, you know, when you have this hand and you really pray that they play 6 clubs. You have an ace and Jack 10, 9, 8, 7 to 6 in clubs. If they end up in 6 clubs, first of all, you should never double, because you know that if they run, they might be making something. And second of all, it's like it's Christmas. Like, yeah, what would you dream your opponent plays when you have that? 6 clubs sounds like perfect. And it happens sometimes. Maybe once a year we get lucky like that when the dream scenario happens. But I really think that South is going to beat 6 no trump. He knows that partner wants to play slam. He's got 17 very strong points with King Jack 10 9 of diamonds. His only bad suit is Jack 2nd in spades, but now that he knows that partner has 5, it's not so bad. This Jack of spades, it can be useful. I mean, maybe 5 no trump pick a slam. Yeah, That would be good. 5 no trump, pick a slime, hoping that if partner beats 6 clubs, he reverts to 6 no trump, but if partner beats 6 spades, he passes. Maybe that's the right bid. All of this is based on the fact that I think South beat 3 clubs because he thought it was kind of a default bid, wanting to know more in case partner wanted to play in a 4-3 fit. Actually, I can't really understand 3 clubs if it's natural. Because why not beat 3 no trump, which is what I was suggesting. I'm a bit lost here. 4 diamonds, which feels like a cubit for clubs. Partner will not like it. And we're getting into tricky situations because if North decides for some reason to beat 6 spades now, there is an argument for East-West to say, yeah, but there was a long hesitation over 4 clubs, and now North knows that it was a bit dodgy, and reverse back to spades. So over 4 diamonds, let's assume that it was a cubit with a club fit and etc. North wanted to play slam at all cost if partner has the hearts control. So that's why he's trying to convey the message with 5 spades, I guess. 4 hearts will probably show a heart cubit, but not enough to drive to slam. 4 spades, he was worried was it was probably a suggestion to play. 5 clubs also. 4 no trump was a key card. Maybe he could have hit 5 diamonds, but he went for 5 spades, showing that he actually has 7 spades, which is a completely okay bid. Will partner understand it as a bit 6 with the heart stopper? I mean, I'm guessing a lot here in the analysis. East is starting to see his dream, his Santa Claus going away in the chimney, feeling that they might end up in spades when he has stiff instead in clubs when he has Jack 10 9 to 6. We'll see about that. I mean, South should obviously be done. Once again, 17 very strong point, aces and kings everywhere. Jack second of spades when he, I guess, denied the spade fits when he didn't bid 3 spades over 2 no trump. So my guess is that we see that it's his turn to play, but I would think that the how do you call it, the screen, that they are playing with screen. First of all, I'm not 100% sure. If I can be confirmed that by anyone on site, that would be great. But I guess that the screen is like that, and the operator is waiting for both of them to bid before entering the bids. The reason for that is that sometimes players, they can hear the click 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 when they make a bid, and then they know who took a long time. Whereas if you do make the 2 bids at the same time, we don't know who was thinking, and it doesn't give this information to the other players at the table. The issue with that is that neither the spectators do, which is a bit of a shame. But that's how it is. Yes, I'm being Stefan is telling us in the chat that the screens are on for all tables in the event, so everybody's playing with screens. So I'm quite convinced that this is the case, and it's not East thinking, but it must be South. But the operator is respecting the rules that has been told to them. I don't know how I feel about these rules, because yes, like I said, it makes a worse experience for the spectators sometimes, which is probably one of the main issues in bridge, that it's sometimes a bit slow and hard to watch. Well, it's also important that the players don't get non-authorized information, so it's a tricky question. But on this situation, it's not a question. We know that it's south. It's just when it gets more competitive and we don't really know that it can be tricky. So yes, south beats 6 spades. Which will be frustrating for east-west, but I mean north is sinking, but I don't see how we can beat on. It's just a cos, comment on dit, on use coin toss. I don't know, coin flip. To beat 7, you need not to lose spades and partner to have the ace of heart. That's a lot. And even the king of clubs, partner could have ace king of heart, ace king of diamonds, and not the king of clubs, and that wouldn't be good enough. So yes, that's too much. So West is thinking about his lead. Nothing is very much appealing, but it won't really matter. In this board, it's always making. Could be +1, could be just made, but it doesn't change the big picture. Let's have a look at the other table, as the player has no interest. Okay, they are just finishing a board, so I would say stay on the other table, so we follow the table that is a bit behind. And discover the board at the same time as them knowing what happened at the other table, which will make it interesting. So Hart leads. Well, I think he's gonna take with the jack, play 2 rounds of spades, and equalize the board. So I see it was adjusted to +1 instead of just made. I'm not really sure why. Yes, on Interbridge, when you see this little star next to the scores, whether it's a view graph or you're playing, it means that the director adjusted the score. Yeah, so he played ace king of spades, which makes a lot of sense. And now he's going to claim for just made. So this table is a bit behind after this board that was on the dodgy side. Yeah, I don't know what happened with 3 clubs, but moving on, they survived it. So West has 12 points on opening bid. I think he's going to open 1 diamond, because I think the Bulgarians really play strong clubs in most of the country. It's a system they really like. So 1 diamond I think denies a void in diamond, but could be singleton. And it's the only opening when they don't have 5 of a major or a balanced hand. Maybe they play weak no trump, but usually it's 14-16 in a strong club. So I think 1 diamond. On which North is a kind of has to pass. Whereas if West opened 1 club, we could consider bidding 1 diamond with North, because we kind of want to show that it's a good lead. We have some points. That's where we belong, etc. But none of this happened. Now it goes 1 diamond, 1 heart, 2 hearts. And they're going to play 2 hearts. Let's check what happened at the other table. They played 2 hearts. No, it's this one, sorry. Actually, but on one club, North decided not to bid 1 diamond. And did well, because if he beats 1 diamond, I guess after 1 heart, South is gonna beat. He has 11 points. Well, 1 heart, 1 no trump probably, 2 hearts, pass, and now South has a tricky decision. He might decide 2 no trump, and 2 no trump is down 1. So good decision, because 2 hearts went down. Let's see if they can beat it at this table. Looks like you're gonna lose 2 hearts, 1 spades, 3 diamonds. Well, and that's down 1. Can you avoid that? Basically, after the ace of spades, you need to find the diamond return immediately. Otherwise, it will go on the spades. The diamonds will be thrown away on the spades. We'll see. So should you find it? North, is he giving count or attitude? If he's giving count, a standard count, it means that North has 3, and South should know to play. Actually, if partner has 2 clubs, we are not going to make any clubs because his queen is going to fall under the king. And if partner has 3 clubs, declarer has only 2 clubs, so we are not going to make any clubs. So after the ace of spades, you must play diamonds because that's the only place you can make tricks. Regardless of the number of clubs of partner, the only case when playing a club can be good is if a partner is a singleton club, which is very unlikely. First of all, we know that he has fewer hearts than declarer, so statistically he's gonna have more clubs than declarers. So the singleton is unlikely. And that would give him 10 cards between the diamonds and the spades. Okay, he's still fine. Because the ace of spades is not gone, he's still fine. And I think now is the time he must get it right. If he plays club now, it's an issue. So he plays the king of hearts, maybe to get some information from partner. And partner should probably... tricky again, because partner doesn't know. This card, a small spades, hoping that it suits preference, I guess. And now South quite quickly played a diamond, which is gonna work fine. 4 down 1. Oh! Yes, he didn't play clubs. Well done. Down 1 is good bridge, as they say. So very tight match. After 3 boards, it's a 1 to 0 because of the rectification. I don't know if it was a director call or how it actually happened. So let's see this board 9. Pass. East should open 2 hearts or whatever the system is, maybe 2 diamonds. 6 to ace king 10. That feels like the perfect opening red against white. On which South might... South has issues. Do you want to double with only 2 clubs to beat 3 diamonds when you have 4 spades and only 5 diamonds? I think double is the best bid, but it's the most likely bid. You can't really beat... Maybe 2 no trump, but queen jack tight is a bit light of a stopper. What would you bid after pass 2 hearts with the South hand? 15 points, 5-4-2-2. Queen jack tight in opponent's suit, who opened red against white. King second in your double tone. I think I would double, but yeah, so it was an immediate double, so I'm the only one thinking about that. North is beating 2 no trump, which I don't know if they play Lebensol here. If it's Lebensol, it's a weak hand, meaning that he's planning on passing 3 clubs, which actually would be a fine contract to play in 3 clubs. But it's exactly what South didn't want. He's worried that if he beats 3 clubs now, he's gonna end up playing in maybe even in a 4-2 fit. Even the 5-2 is not very great, and he has 15 points. So he decides to beat 3 diamonds, but I hope it's not showing too many extras. I don't know what their system is. Maybe now North will be done, thinking South has extra. It's a matter of agreement. You should know exactly. Do you beat 3 clubs all the time when you're in the first zone, or can you beat diamonds if you have diamonds and spades and it doesn't show extra? Or if you beat diamonds after having doubled, when you didn't beat 2 hearts, 3 diamonds, does it mean that you have a very strong hand, too strong to beat 2 hearts, 3 diamonds? And if that's the case, North should obviously beat again because it has a huge maximum. A stiff, yeah. A stiff, an ace, queen third. So I think there was kind of a misunderstanding here. Well, I explained it when it happened. Not sure this is what happened, but this is what I felt might happen. I think South, if that's their agreement, had to beat 3 clubs, and that's obviously what North thinks. But South felt he has a bit more. He has still 15 points, so it's borderline to be strong enough to beat 3 diamonds. And also he was worried about playing clubs, so he thought it's not okay, but it might be the best in between choice. But here it's not going to work. He should lose 4 tricks with 2 hearts, 1 spade, and 1 diamond. Maybe now if he discards... No, he can't, I mean. Oh. He might lose 2 diamonds now. Yep. So, what happened at the other table? Okay, so it was a bit different. It was a multi 2 diamond, double, 2 hearts, pass, 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 which we understand. South could have doubled again, but again was worried about his 2 clubs, so decided to pass, and they made 140. So in the end, it's quite a good result for East-West, because well, they were left to play, they didn't go too high. Yeah. So who should be the results here? We set down 2. Let's have a look. How much did they do in 2 hearts? +1, so 140. You can even go down 3, and it will be a push board. So it's gonna be kind of a flat board again. So I was telling you that our lead developer at Intopish was part of this match, so it's West, Zivko Draganov, who is currently leading. Let me remind you about the website for the results. I'm going to post them again in the chat. And they actually have a butler. And he's currently doing 3rd, so I can't make fun of him too much. Yet. And our team, we also have a team, Intobridge team, who currently is 5th. And I see a 3rd Bulgarian team being 4th, so the Bulgarians are kind of invading Romania. Let's see if it continues. So, West, I guess, will return a club. And later on, we'll be able to actually give a rough. Yeah, it looks like down a lot. Yeah, I guess now spade rough. Well, I'm not really sure, but it doesn't look good for declare. Down 3 at the very least. He's still going to lose the king of diamond, and I don't see, and they can't avoid a rough from east. So yeah. Yes, as I mentioned in the chat, you can find all the information about the tournament in the description of the video or the stream on YouTube. So we started on board 5, so my guess is going to end at about 14. Try the club, it's going to be roughed. And now another 10 of hearts is a must. And south is gonna be in trouble. So south is smart. West is smartly not roughing. But now there is no finesse position anymore. Must rough another spade, and they are going to make both of their trumps now if East roughs the club with a 9. And it should be down 4. Actually, a small gain, 2 imps gain for East-West. If East remembers to rough. Or even if it doesn't, to be honest. Even if it doesn't. Yeah, it's down 4. Come on, it's time to claim. And it's claimed. So yeah, it was down 4, 2 imps for the Bulgarian team who is not leading, who is now leading 3-0. Let's see about this board. East doesn't like his hand, and for obvious reasons. South is going to open or not, depends on the style. 11 points that are not so great. Probably a pass. West in third seat, I don't know if they can open 2 clubs with their hands. I think no, it's way too weak. But maybe in third seat they can. I don't think they will. So my guess is that it's going to be pass to North, who has a great 17 points, who shouldn't open that one, no trump. Ace King 9 to 5, Ace King, third, King third. It's really a great hand, so I think it's a 1 heart opening, on which South could be doing a jewelry, and North would just beat 4, because 6 is still a bit over the top, even though it's a 50% 6. I mean, not 50% here. No, you need the... it's a playable 6, a bit below 50%. I'm going to say a bit below 50% because you need to rough a club, and now you need the hearts to be 3-2 or the jack to be stiff. And you need the ace of spades to be on side. But sometimes you don't need the ace of spades to be on side if they don't lead a spade, and you can discard on the fourth diamond. That being said, South decided to open his hand, and that might propel them to 6, because North has a huge hand now, opposed the partner who opened. I think he will make a slam try here. I think he will beat 3 hearts or something. South will beat 4 hearts, like, leave me alone. I don't have anything. And North will need to pass on that, which is really hard. I think he has a huge hand. Like, give partners the ace of spades instead of the king. Now it's a great slam. And partner would beat the same way. Would it? 2 aces and a... What would partner do over 3 hearts if he had ace to 4, queen third, queen fourth, and ace second? So it looks like they're on the same wavelengths, because it was an immediate pass from North, and I think it's well judged. They know each other, they know the open light, so maybe it was an obvious opening for them. Because from my point of view, they were in a dangerous territory. I'm saying that because here the slam doesn't work, the hearts are 4-1, the king of spades is behind. But sometimes you will play 6 with these 2 hands and make it. It's not. I've played worse slams, and I've made worse slams. Okay, then the play of the hand is not very interesting. Let's see what happened at the other table. They also played only 4 after... so they also opened here, but it was a very different auction. Like, the fact that they play strong club means that they have more space to open weak hands. So I think it's much more normal to open this hand when you play a strong club than when you play natural. So first good news, when you play 4 hearts and you know that 6 might be making, and you see that clubs are trumps are 4-1, you're happy. So yeah, it's gonna ruff a heart, play diamond to the ace, king of hearts, spade to the king, and give 2 hearts, 2 spades, and a heart. He might try. Yeah, he might try the diamonds before. So what's better now? If you play ace of diamond, diamond to the queen, diamond rough, you can still play a spade. No, you can't play a spade. Maybe it's better. I don't know what's better here for 11 tricks. Should we play ace of diamond, diamond to the queen, and if diamonds are 3-3, you're good. And if they are not, you can still play diamond rough and spades, and except if East takes the ace and has no more spades. So let's say East has now 3 diamonds, stiff ace of spades, and the queen of clubs. I think that's the only bad case in playing ace of diamond, diamond to the queen, and diamond rough. So probably better to now play diamonds. Yeah, and that's how it leads to +1. I guess he didn't do that because there was a claim for 10 tricks, so he must have played spade to the king. And lost to an imp, another imp. Let's see how the play went at the other table. It went +1. Let's have a look. So if you want to enlarge it, actually you can press on the magnifying glass here. So club lead, club to the king. Oh, he roughed. He finished the heart, which is fine, but now you cannot rough the club. Okay, and now he could try the diamond. Okay, it went completely differently. Why did he finish the hearts? I don't know. If you know, please share it in the chat, but this is not something I would have done. Actually, I will show you another feature. If you want to analyze the board a little bit more, you can click on the share button and share the link. I will share it to you in the chat, hoping that it will work. Unfortunately, it's too long. I cannot share it with you in the chat. But you can come on into bridge and go to the team match section. Let me show you actually. Up, you go to play.intobridge.com or to intobridge.com. You click on play bridge now, you log in, so you can either create an account or log in with Facebook or Google, or if you're French, with the French Federation, which is my case. Then you go to team matches, and it's the only team match going on right now. You join whichever table. We were on table 2, and you can access the hands here. So we missed it. 1 heart, pass 3 hearts, double, which we like. Pass 4 diamonds. They just missed 5 diamonds. Should you beat it or not? So 3 hearts was very effective here. Preemptive. So East doubled. Not much of a choice. And 4 diamonds could come for many hands. And he decided not to beat 5 because it's very unlikely to make. And it's actually not making. It's making on spade 3-3. I think you need spade 3-3 to make it. So you can discard the club here on the last spades, or you need the jack of spades. So even with partner having all of that, you're not making. So a very good judgment by East, which I think is correct. The 2 spades, the 2 hearts are worrying because partner is likely to have only 2 hearts, to also have 2 hearts, and you're going to start losing 2 hearts, and it means you need to make everything else in order to make game, which is very unlikely. So I think it's very good beat by East. West could have been 5 diamonds, but again he knows his partner. I think the Bulgarian style is to be quite aggressive, in which case you prefer to go low when in doubt. And they gain another 6 imps thanks to their good judgment. Where at the other table, okay, they tried for 4 spades in the 4-3 fit. And why didn't that work? Let's have a look. After 2 rounds of heart, they played the king of club. Very, very good play. Ducked, I guess. Ah, no, but yeah, you lose. You immediately lose actually 2 hearts, 1 club, and 1 spade. Nothing you can do about it. So it had no chance. So sorry about that. It was the same thing. You needed the spade 3-3, and had the spade be 3-3, you would make 5. So good judgment by actually Zhivko. Draganov playing West, beating only 4 diamonds. Board 12. West again has 15 points, so I think it's a 1-no trump. And if it is a 1-no trump, they will end up in 4 hearts, which loses a heart, a club, and that's probably it, because you can finesse the diamond and discard 1 on the king of clubs if South plays the ace when you play a small club. If South doesn't play the ace, then North might make the queen, and then there is maybe no discards. Also, although the ace is 3rd, so maybe you can try, but it's tricky to do everything. So you might lose a diamond, a club, and a heart, but I feel like it's always making. Let's see what they did at the other table on that one. Other table, yes, 4 hearts they made. 1-no trump, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 4 hearts, and like I said, the play is not the most interesting. So I guess at these vulnerabilities they play some kind of weak no trump, and he has to open 1 diamond and rebeat 1-no trump when he has 14-16 or 15-17. on which East concluded in 4 hearts. So a bit different because they are playing from the other hand, but I don't think it makes much of a difference on that hand. Could have. Here it's a bad board in a way for East-West system because they end up playing from the weak hand instead of the strong hand. But as I said, it has no impact on that hand. So another hard finesse. Then play a club. South is... let's see if South ducks this one. He's more likely to duck because he can't see the stiff now. We'll see. Actually, did they duck at the other table for it to be just making? Let's have a quick look while I look at it. Ah no, club lead. Diamond. Oh, he placed ace of heart and heart. He didn't take a risk. Now he knew he was good. He didn't do the double finesse. So that's why he lost the trick in a way. Good play of the small club. It looked to be in tempo, so South might get it wrong now. Not South, Declarer might get it wrong. I would get it wrong. But he's a better player than I am, so maybe he's not gonna get it wrong. Just South discarded a club. Maybe discarding a spade is better because now Declarer feels like, would you really discard a club in a queen third or queen fourth? Not very likely. So maybe you have the ace and not the queen. And he gets that one right. Well done. That's very well done, but I think South made a tiny mistake by discarding a club. Discarding a spade was safe. So it's going to be another imp for East-West. Who are doing a great job at putting a lot of pressure on the defense to gain some little imps here and there. They add up in the end. So there is the big hand, but everything else, like they fought for down 4, defended really well. They fought for the other trick, they fought for the other trick, and when you add them all up, it's 5 imps. Now he's even trying to get another one, which he's not going to get. Well, I guess he might. He's gonna cash the last heart, and South must discard. Oh no, he's not cashing the last heart. I'm not sure why. Okay, so this is going to be +1. This is +1. Yep. And we've got 2 more boards. North is the dealer. He's got 19 points. 4-4-4-1. These hands are the trickiest. We don't like 4-4-4-1 because we don't really know how to describe them. I guess I would treat it as a balanced hand and open 1 diamond and rebid 2 no trump if partner beats spade or a no trump. Depending if he beats a no trump, maybe I rebid 3 no trump depending on my system, but you get the gist. He decides to open 1 club. 1 spade by East. South should maybe now fit in club. Maybe he can beat 2 clubs if it's their system. 3 clubs weak at these vulnerabilities with queen 10 third of spades. I don't like it. And he doesn't do it, so maybe 2 clubs was a good hand for him. And North now has a clear double, just a 19 stiff spade, a perfect hand for doubling. South should beat 4 clubs now. And North should pass, because although he has 19, the king stiff of club doesn't look good at all. So I think they will end up in 4 clubs, which doesn't make, because you lose a spade, 2 hearts, and a club on the top. So it's frustrating from his point of view, but you have no lengths, points that are not so good, like I said, Steve King, no reason to be done. So yes, you have to pass and pray that you're making, which you're not. If East was to lead a club, a diamond, can you make it? Still not. Because diamond, small, 10, ace of club probably, ace of diamond, king of diamond, hoping that something good happens, but on the king of diamond, East roughs with the king, and can still cash 2 hearts and a spade for down 1. He decides to lead a spade. Oh, we undo. No. Yeah, he leads the spades, and now there is... Okay, he plays immediately a heart. Well done. So, not even hard for these guys. Always play the diamonds because it might be important if partner had the king of diamond instead of the king of clubs. It might be important, and he knows that there is no risk that the hearts from North will go away because first of all North made a takeout double and partner beat the spade, so he knows that partner doesn't have 5 hearts, very unlikely to have 5 hearts, and North is very likely to have 4 hearts, so the hearts won't go away. The diamonds might. Yeah, so now it's okay. It's an interesting one. He created an entry to dummy in order to finesse. So I think he's gonna play the queen of spades now because, well, maybe not. I mean, he's gonna take from the south hand, finesse, is gonna fail, and he's gonna be making down 1. Let's check the other table. Another very good board for the Bulgarians, who opened 2 no trump with that hand, which I wouldn't have done, I must confess. Actually, it's not the fact that he opened 2 no trump that was great. It's the fact that he made it. I guess on a small spade lead, he made 2 spades, which gave him time to make 2 spades, 4 clubs, and lots of diamonds. You need to lead the ace of spades to beat that one. It's a tricky one, but if you lead the ace of spades, now after the king of clubs, you can make lots of things. You can make 4 hearts, or 4 spades, 1 club, and 3 or 4 hearts. So it's a big difference. But I guess it was a small spade lead, and the small spade lead gives 2 stoppers to North-South, who were a bit lucky on that one still, but it worked. Being aggressive worked, and it's often the case. So it's going to be huge string, actually. I mean, huge. It's going to be 180 plus 100 for down 1, which will be 280, which I think is 7. Might be only 6, but I think it's 7. Going to 18-0 before the last one. But I see that on the last one, the Bulgarians were on 6 clubs, down 2. We'll discover that one together. I don't want to spoil the fun. So as a reminder, the Bulgarians were leading the event 2 VPs ahead, 1.5 VP ahead of the second, but they are just beating them quite heavily before the last board. So it's almost certain that we are going to see the Bulgarians again for the next match, which will be the 4th match. Starting at... Actually, I don't know the updated tables because we were a tiny bit late on the schedule. It was half an hour later, so I don't know exactly. If someone knows about the time for the next set, please share this information. So now he must ruff with the 10. Can play the King of Spades. Queen of Spades, yeah, everything leads to 9 tricks. I'm gonna ask about the when is the next set. Okay, last board. This 6 clubs one. Was it a good 6 clubs? It wasn't that bad. It makes if you guess the clubs right. Does it? Ace of spades to discard a diamond. You ruff a diamond, and you play club. And I think the right play is to play club to the king, because if they are 2-2, you need to guess. And if they are 3-1, your only chance of making is if it's stiff queen. So my feeling is that you should make, but maybe what happened at the other table is that they led a spade, and if they lead a spade, you have ace queen of spades to discard 2 diamonds, and now you can play club to the jack, because you will win if you have ace king on ace queen on side. Let's see if it's what happened at the other table. Did they lead a spade? No. So now I'm very surprised. He played the king of club immediately? It feels like a no-win play. How did the bidding go? Opponent never bid? Queen of diamond lead? Why would you play the king of clubs though? I guess he's hoping that they will duck it, which is not completely idiotic. Like, you play, so I think he went for the psychological play. Like, if you have the ace, you might be thinking that okay, so let's say he knows. It might be a good play. It might be a good play. And it's a very psychological play. Let's say he knows everything we said, that he's going to play club to the king. By playing the king straight away like that, he loses when the clubs are exactly how they are. Ace second, so I'm talking about this one. Ace second here. And maybe he thought that for him to start with the king like that, West must think that he have king queen, otherwise he's stupid, and he's gonna duck in that case. And there are some good cases where East is also going to duck the ace when the clubs are reversed, so you think he's gonna win in every cases by playing the king. And psychologically it makes sense, but here it didn't work. So you always look a bit stupid when this kind of play don't work, but I like it. I like it, and at first sight it looked a bit weird, but I like it after more thoughts. Not going to work on that, so like he said, unfortunately you look a bit stupid. They stopped in 3-0 trump here, which should make should it make diamond lead. Actually, yes, the 8 might help. He hasn't made it. Diamond lead, take the ace. Let's say you play king of club. Now 9 of diamond lead, and you can duck safely. Yeah. The blockage in diamond makes it easy, and you have the king of heart to go get your clubs. So I think you're fine. So you will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And maybe 10. Receiving messages. 1 heart means... I'm being explained the bidding. Yeah, okay, 1 heart. It was they play convention that hearts means spades. And then 3 hearts was showing spades. We didn't really look at the bidding, but the operator is letting us know. Thank you. So I'm being told that the next set will start at 4:40 local time, which is in a bit less than 30 minutes from now. If you're in Central European, it's gonna be 3:30. If you're in the UK, it's gonna be 2:30. If you're in the East Coast, it's gonna be 10:40. And if you're in the West Coast, you should know the time difference between the East Coast and the West Coast, because I don't. But I think it's 3 hours earlier. So he did play the King of Clubs. He did... good unblocked by West. Now he's in trouble. No. Yes, the 7 of diamond is a key card here. Sorry. Yeah. The Queen of diamond was a killer, because now East can take, but it's blocked. The 7 of diamond was a very good card, and nothing the defense can do. East had to lead a small diamond, which is way too hard. Yeah. So it's gonna be... so did I get it right when I said 7 imps? Yes. It's gonna be... so down to, let's say, 400-500. It's gonna be 11 imps. 11 imps for the Romanians. So in the end, a 7 imps victory by the Bulgarians, who I think played really well. A bit unfortunate in the last one, but once again, this type of play, I really like them. Look at it again. First, it sounds, well, it feels like a beginner play when you look at it. It's certainly not what you would teach in school, to play the king of club and in this position playing 6 clubs, especially when you see the east-west hands. But there is a lot of merit to it, and I think Bogdan in playing west did really well in taking the ace. I like it. I just don't know how. I'm not good enough to make this type of plays, so I don't know how often they will duck with that. But I'm sure that Nanev, who has a tremendous experience, played for Bulgaria many times. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, and he knows that very often they will duck. So yeah, I don't know what to say about this one. The rest of the board, there were two. This board was maybe a bit lucky, so let's say similar type of plays, kind of. This one, like a bit unusual, very aggressive, but that put a lot of pressure on the opponents. Where the board 13 and 14. One worked, one didn't, but unfortunately the most costly one didn't, which was a deficit of 4 imps. And in the rest, I must say that the Bulgarians played slightly better on every board. Maybe board 11 had the spades b3-3, we would say well played by the Romanians. They made a game on spades 3-3, but spades 3-3, I think it's about 33%, 35%. Let's say a third of the time they are going to be 3-3, and 2/3 of the time they are not going to be 3-3. It was non-vulnerable, so I think overall the balance is good for the Bulgarians. And the rest were one imp here and there, which I think were every time quite well played. So a very well played match overall. Well done to the Bulgarians who won, and which we are probably going to see in the next match, which is going to start in exactly 20 minutes from now. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.